So hello, superhero fans. Today we will talk about such a cinematic twist whose name is Retcon. And yes, in this video, I am going to show you some of the most famous retcons, including the brand new Peacemaker's shocking change. But before coming to all of them, let's talk about what is retcon. Retcon means retroactive continuity. That is, the story that was shown to you earlier. After that, they change it and rewrite it so that the new story fits with its future films. It is normally a flashback reboot or time travel. But sometimes creators change the story through simple recap or narration. And that's when it becomes interesting. First, let's talk about the Peacemaker, whose recently the ending has been changed. In the end of the Season 1, where we got a big surprise, Justice League's cameo, that shadow cameo. Yeah, after the final battle against the Butterflies, suddenly Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Flash enter, but they come late and the Peacemaker makes us laugh. By the way, this scene was a big treat for the fans, because for the first time in the history of DCEU, there was a crossover of big heroes in a quirky show. But now comes the twist. When the recap started in the beginning of Season 2, the same scene was retconned. Instead of Justice League, a new team was shown, the Justice Gang. This is the new Superman team. Here came the heroes of the new DCEU like Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and the new Superman and Supergirl, which means that the cameo you saw in Season 1 with your own eyes was officially overridden in Season 2. James Gunn changed the continuity through a simple recap. And this is almost unprecedented in TV history. After this, the next example is from the 90s, Dallas Sword of the 1980s. Dallas was the biggest retcon of TV history. A character, Bobby Ewing, was killed and then a whole season went on the consequences of his death. But at the start of the next season, the creators gave a shock. They showed that Bobby's death and the whole season was actually a dream, meaning that one scene retconned a whole year's story. The third most famous example is Star Wars Special Edition. George Lucas retconned his own classic. When he released Star Wars Special Edition, he changed a scene which is a topic of debate till today. Han shot first. Originally, Han Solo shot Credo first, but Lucas edited it and showed that Credo shot first. Literally a small change and the whole fandom was divided. The fourth example is Terminator Dark Fate of the movie of 2019. By the way, the Terminator and X-Men franchise is the goldmine of retcons, but Dark Fate was the biggest. This movie literally told us that Terminator 3, Salvation and Genesis never happened. This movie is just a direct sequel of Terminator 2, meaning that half of the franchise's timeline was deleted. By the way, I personally liked Terminator 3. Did you like the fourth and fifth movie after that? Do let me know in the comments. Now, the fifth example is Halloween, which came in 2018. The biggest retcon of the horror world came in Halloween movie. It decided that only the original movie of 1978 canon. After that, all the sequels and remakes were officially ignored. Now let's come to number 6. Your favorite X-Men franchise movie, X Days of Future Past. Marvel's X-Men universe also did a big cinematic retcon. Wolverine travels through time and changes the past events, due to which the entire timeline is reset, meaning that the tragic events that happened in The Last Stand were erased in the same movie. Which means that in The Last Stand, he never killed Jean Grey with his claw.
It's hero time!
There are more retcons than the limit in Ben 10, changing the story of a whole movie, changing the history of a villain like Eon, and most importantly, giving Kevin 2 pasts. Both stories were peak, but Kevin being a mutant instead of being an alien is the most controversial retcon of Ben 10.
It's just a gadget! Be the hero!
10. Now, the most infamous example is Spider-Man. One More Day. Now, this is a comic example. There was an infamously hated retcon in the comics of One More Day. Peter Parker dealt with Mephisto and saved his aunt's life. But in return, he retroactively erased the marriage of his and Mary Jane, meaning that fans' character growth of years ended in one issue. Which writer had this idea? Anyway, let's talk about the next example. Crisis on Infinite Earths. DC Comics 1985. Consider that retcon world started from here. The biggest retcon event of comics was Crisis on Infinite Earths. DC reset their entire multiverse. They rewrote many old heroes and their backstories. They erased some characters. and a new unified continuity started. And this event made Retcon a standard tool of the comics industry. There are many such examples in the fictional world. So, these were some of the biggest and most famous retcons, sometimes through a recap like Peacemaker, sometimes through a dream sequence like Dallas, and sometimes by pressing the erase button of the entire franchise, like X-Men and Halloween. But the question for you is, which retcon did you find the most shocking? And do retcons save creativity or confuse the story? Do let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, then do like, subscribe, and share, which you guys don't do. You guys have duped the channel, but still, I can't even yell at you guys cause of love that I have for you. So, we'll meet again with another video. Till then, bye.